In this video, we're going to construct a polynomial that meets certain criteria. So we're being asked to construct a third-degree polynomial that has zeros of 2, -3 plus I, and -3 minus I, and also has a y-intercept of 40. Alright, so we know that 2, -3 plus I, and -3 minus I are zeros. So zeros match up with factors. So since 2 is a zero, x minus 2 is a factor. Since -3 plus I is a zero, x minus -3 plus I is a factor. And likewise, since -3 minus I is a factor, x minus -3 minus I is also a factor. If I multiply those three factors together, I'm going to get a third-degree polynomial. So that third-degree polynomial has to have the form some coefficient in front, which we'll call a, times x minus 2, times x minus a -3 plus I, and times an x minus a -3 minus I. I need to figure out what this coefficient a is that I have out in front. Well, we're going to figure out what a is by using the y-intercept information. If the y-intercept is supposed to be 40, that means when I plug 0 into the function, I have to get 40 out. Well, so I have this equation now to solve. I set f of 0 equal 40. F of 0 gives me a times -2 times a negative of -3 plus I times a negative of -3 minus I. If you distribute out the -3 plus I and the -3 minus I, you'll get 10. So we get a times -2 times 10 is 40, or -20a equals 40. Dividing both sides by -20 gives me a equals -2. So our polynomial has to be -2 times x minus 2, and then here I'm just trying to distribute out what's going on. I'm distributing out the x minus a -3 plus I and an x minus a -3 minus I. So we do that, we get x squared, that's where that term's coming from, minus a -3 plus ix, minus a -3 minus ix. I think I did that one first and then that one, doesn't matter. And then a plus -3 plus I times -3 minus I. If you simplify all of this out, you'll get x squared plus 6x plus 10. Multiply through by the x minus 2, and then finally multiply through by the -2.